Check, check. Hello? Hello, check. Check, check. Alright. Hey guys, and welcome back to another story time with Mythical, or me. Today we are doing something different. Well, I mean, we're not doing something different. We've done this before, but just because for the lack of uploads lately, I'm just gonna be doing this story time with you guys. I mean, it's been a while since I did a story time with you guys, and you know, I just really, you know, I thought of a really good story lately, and I really wanted to tell it to someone. So, yep, I just decided to, and I remembered that I was like lacking uploads, so I just decided to do this. The reason why you can hear the gameplay from my TV instead of my mic is that, yep, you guessed it, my mic is somehow broken again. I don't know why, I don't know how it broke. It's just been breaking randomly. I don't know if it's my mic or my controller, but I'm starting to think that it's my controller. Because this is a brand new mic, nothing happened to it, and it just broke randomly, so I'm just thinking it's my controller this time. So, I don't know when, but I'm probably going to go out and get another controller. I don't know when, probably like sometime in the future. But, just for now, we're going to have to stick with this mic, and yeah, see where it goes from there. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this story time. Now, this is a fictional story, this is not a true story, so, yep, be prepared. It was a Thursday night, not a night like any other. I was at home, had to babysit my little cousin, Jeremy, but, I really wanted to do something else, but my dad was paying me $30 to go babysit my cousin Jeremy, and he just said to take him to the old Freddy Fazbear's restaurant, and you know, I was cool with that. I mean, I liked the arcade games, did not like the animatronics though, but I did like the arcade games. So whenever he left, I had to go take Alex to the Jeremy to the Freddy Fazbear's restaurant. Yeah, it was just a good car ride there, and he was pretty happy on the way. He was really excited to go there. When we got there, I got us some seats and some pizza. My dad gave me some $50 for seats and snacks. So, yeah, this was really good. So I let Alex go do his thing, go to the arcade, and he came back and he told me to if he could use my phone to call his dad and tell him something. So I gave him my phone and let him run away. I was sitting at the table eating my pizza when I noticed that the duck, Chica, was looking at me, and it was really creepy. It was super creepy, and she didn't take her eyes off me, and it was getting kind of scary there, but I decided to, you know, think it was just an eye contact glitch, or just an eye contact thing, so I thought nothing of it. Alex was having a good time in the arcade. I was just sitting here eating pizza. The animatronics were about to do their second song, and I was eating pizza, you know, as I normally did, and when I looked back at the show stage, and both the bunny and the duck now were looking at me, and it was getting pretty cold in there, but I thought nothing of it. I still thought it was a glitch, and I pushed forward. You know, the animatronics were getting to finish their second song, and I went around looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him. I thought he had to go use the restroom or something, so I thought nothing of it. I went back to reading, because I brought a book with me, and yeah, I just started reading. But whenever I looked back at the show stage, all three animatronics were looking at me. I don't know how nobody thought this was weird. I mean, they were looking at a specific person, for crying out loud, but I still thought it was a glitch. an employee came back, and I told them, what's up with the animatronics? Why were they staring at me? And he said it was just an eye contact thing they created into the animatronics. So that made me feel a little better. So it was closing time, and I went to go look for Alex, and I found him. But he said he had to go use the bathroom, so I took him to the restrooms, but the men's bathroom was out of order for some reason, so I told an employee where he could use the bathroom, and he said that he could use the employee's restroom. So I took him to the employee's restroom, and I opened the door, and he did his business, and I went back to the main stage area, and the curtains were closed. Everybody was like almost gone, and yeah, about 5 minutes later, I went to go look for Jeremy, and I went to the bathroom, and I knocked on the stall, and I said, "Hey, Jeremy, you gonna take like what, all day in there? Come on out." So I didn't hear anything for a reason, so I knocked a little harder, but the stall door opened to reveal Jeremy's shoes. I was pretty freaked out then, and yeah, I ran around I didn't know what to think. I thought, I didn't know if Jeremy was gone. I didn't know if he went somewhere, forgot his shoes. I didn't know if somebody took him. I was getting way too annoyed. I went back to the main stage area to look for Jeremy, but they closed the lights, and I was wondering why the heck would they close the lights with still 2 patrons in the restaurant. But I thought nothing of it. Maybe it was just automatic lights. So I went around looking for Jeremy, but he was nowhere to be found. I went to the show stage, and I noticed something weird. It was pretty scary. Only the bear and the duck were on stage. I wondered to myself, where did the bunny go? Now I was starting to get freaked out because those things were making eye contact with me earlier in the day, and I thought it was pretty creepy. So I went around looking for Jeremy while trying to avoid that bunny. And I looked into this back room area, and it was like a back room for the animatronic parts or something. So I went around looking for Jeremy, and I went into the backstage area, and I found what I was not hoping to find. I found the bunny. He was just there, just staring at me with this creepy little eyes in his look. But then I noticed something. There was blood around the eyes and mucus around the mouth. I didn't know what to think. I wanted to scream, but I also didn't want to scream. I just didn't know what to do. I backed out of the backstage area and closed the door. I just ran. I ran till I couldn't no more, and I made my way to this little office, and it looked like a security office. So I went in there, and I heard some footsteps around the hall, and I looked in the hall, and I saw a pirate fox just running towards me. I noticed a button on the door, and I pushed it. That closed the door. And I noticed another pair of footsteps running towards the office, and I didn't want to know what it was this time, so I closed the door too. Now I was locked in this room with both those things staring back at me. I didn't know what to do, but then I noticed a security monitor on the desk, and so I picked it up, and I switched through the different security cameras, and I couldn't see Jeremy on any single one of them. So I didn't know what to do. I was really scared, and I was terrified, and I was really worried for Jeremy because I didn't know where he was. This was all just going by too fast. But then the animatronics seemed to have moved away from the door, and I could get a sense of relief and a breather. Suddenly, I ran out of the office towards the main stage area, and I saw all three of them. Now they were off their stage. They were roaming around the building with me and Jeremy inside, and I don't even know what happened. I was really terrified. I was really scared. I ran until it looks like a storage supply closet. I ran in there. I closed the door behind me and locked it. And I picked up this crowbar on this desk, which was a perfect type of weapon for these animatronics, and I didn't know what to do. Somebody was at the door, and I didn't know whether to open it and bash the crowbar in the face, or just to stay in here. It sounded like they were about to break the door down, so I quickly opened the door and swung. It was Foxy. I swung at Foxy. Foxy was down on the ground. I took 3 more bashes to Foxy's face and he was out of it. Suddenly, Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie were running down the hall. I noticed a window in the supply closet and I tried bashing it open. Finally, on the 3rd swing, it was open. And I tried to jump out of there, but Freddy bit my leg, my ankle, and he bit it so hard that there was blood coming out of it, and I didn't know what to do. So I bashed Freddy in the face, and he fell back, and I quickly jumped out the window. I was yelling Jeremy's name, like, Jeremy, where are you? Or, Jeremy, where are you? So I ran down the street and like the sidewalks, and I really couldn't find Jeremy. I couldn't find Jeremy anywhere, and so I ran back home. And whenever I got home, my parents were there asking me why the heck am I yelling. My mom and dad begged me it was a joke when I told them that I lost Jeremy. We called the police the same day. They were on a big manhunt of the restaurant. Nobody was allowed in or out of the restaurant except for police officials. One suspect had been convicted of 5 murders that happened in the restaurant around 5 p.m. God, I hope none of those murders were Jeremy's. It's really freaky, and it scares me to this day that those The police ran a thorough search of the building. They couldn't find anything. They couldn't even find the animatronics. There was no broken glass, no Foxy on the floor, no blood, and no Jeremy. Jeremy is still lost to this day. I don't know where he is. My parents don't know where he is. My aunt and uncle don't know where he is. My aunt and uncle still bawl their eyes out. My parents can't even look at me or even talk to me. But just know that those animatronics are still out there, and they will find someone. They will, and they will have them killed. I'm going on a manhunt to find Jeremy now. I can't bear to look at this. So please tell everyone if they've seen a little boy run across the street or something. Well, that's it. My parents can't look at me. My aunt and uncle want me dead. I just don't know what to think anymore. So, yeah, this is the story of how I almost died, but my cousin Jeremy, is missing. Well, that was a certainly nice story. Still, I don't know about the mic situation or the controller situation. I may I don't know if like something will happen. I really just don't know yet, but I'll hopefully ask my parents. But without further ado, I am Zane, and I'm signing out. Goodbye, guys.